Graduates, go ahead and be seated. Good morning, families, friends, Pacific High teachers and staff, and of course, the graduating class of 2025. My name is Russell Gibbs. I am the proud principal of Pacific High School. Before we begin commencement today, please allow me to introduce the Ventura Unified School District dignitaries who are celebrating with us today. First, let me introduce Ventura Unified School District Superintendent, Dr. Antonio Castro. Also with us today, Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Dr. Greg Bayless. Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Dr. Hassan Mirza. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Gina Wolowitz. Director of Classified Human Resources, Andrea Crouch. Board of Education President, Calvin Peterson. Board of Education Vice President, James Forsyth. And Board Trustees, Sabrina Rodriguez. And Shannon Trainee Fredericks. Thank you all for your service and support and for joining us today to celebrate the Pacific High School's graduating class of 2025. At this time, please allow me to introduce Pacific High School senior Joaquin Cabrera, who will be leading us all in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, fellow graduates, teachers, staff, and families. My name is Joaquin Cabrera, and I'm honored to lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance today. At this time, I ask that you please stand if you are able and join me in reciting the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. Pacific High School would like to take this moment to thank our many community partners that have made this year a success. Their support has allowed us to be a school of transformation, which provides opportunities for enrichment, mentoring, counseling, and academic success. So on behalf of Pacific High School students, faculty, and staff, we would like to thank the following organizations for their support: Downtown Ventura Rotary Club and Downtown Rotary Interact Advisors. Also like to thank the Ventura Rotary East, the Ventura Townhouse and the Elder Buddy Project, Sal Flores and Jackie Pierce and the Learn the Ropes Club, the Ventura Police Department, Ventura Sunrise Optimist Club, the San Buenaventura Women's Club, Ventura County Behavioral Health, TDC Studios, Ventura Adult and Continuing Education, Ventura County Probation Agency, the Ventura County Office of Education, and Grizzly Youth Academy. One more round of applause and thanking all these outstanding community organizations. At this time, I would like to introduce our amazing Assistant Principal and Learning Director, Ms. Geneva Bento.
Good morning. I get the very lucky job to celebrate the scholarships that our graduates have earned this year. So today we take a moment to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our class of 2025 scholarship recipients. These students have not only met expectations, they've exceeded them. Through their dedication in the classroom, commitment to their jobs, passion in extracurricular activities, and service within their communities, they have truly set themselves apart. Each of them reminds us of what is possible when talent meets hard work and heart. As I read your name, graduates, please stand and remain standing so we can honor you together. We ask that you hold your applause until all of these exceptional individuals have been recognized. So here are our 2025 scholarship winners. Students, remember to stand when I say your name. Adam Robledo, Ventura Sunrise Optimist Club Scholarship. Carlos Solis Amuada, Trinity Lutheran Church Endowment. We have 10 recipients this year of the Alan P. and Roberta H. Crosby Trust Scholarship. Would the following students please rise? Athena Bivens, Alondra Contreras, Miguel Angel Martinez Garcia, Jocelyn Medina, Grace Medina, Evie Pettit, Yvette Salgado, Haley Smith, Bailey Steen, Nathan Valencia. The Rotary Club of Ventura East awarded a scholarship to the following 8 students: Stephanie Alvarez, Lori Lynn Gonzalez, Alexa Guzman, Linda Hurtado, Jasmine Lopez, Nelton Mundo, Carlos Solis Amuada, Ricardo Sendejas. The George Thompson Diamond Company awarded 10 scholarships to the following students: Yuvia Garcia Gallardo, Allure Tashler, Ukiah Dreyfus, Alondra Contreras, Miguel Angel Martinez Garcia, Joshua Cruz Miranda, Darwin Arias Gregorio, Ivan Bernabe, Evie Pettit, and Gavin Blackler. The final scholarship is the Larry Meister Business Scholarship. Barbara Meister gives this $500 memorial scholarship every year to a deserving senior going on to study business in the memory of her late husband, Larry Meister. Larry Meister was a beloved family man, loyal friend, respected businessman, and admired philanthropist. He owned and operated many car dealerships in Ventura, including Barber Ford. He lost his courageous battle with cancer 18 years ago. Larry believed that young people would succeed with a good education and an ethical and enthusiastic attitude towards others. I would like to have Laura Munoz to stand for this scholarship. This is an exceptional class here at PHS. This is our largest scholarship group with about $26,000 in scholarships awarded this year. So please join me in congratulating our largest group of scholarship recipients. Thank you, students. You may now be seated. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Garcia up to celebrate our multilingual learners.
Congratulations, Pacific. I want to hear you guys get more rowdy, okay? Really early in the morning for you guys, right? Good morning. It is my pleasure to acknowledge all of our graduates who are proudly wearing a teal-colored cord today. These exceptional students are being recognized for their remarkable multilingual skills in Spanish. They have earned the Ventura Unified Multilingual Seal of Distinction on their diplomas. Students, please stand and remain standing when I call your name so that we can honor you with this distinguished recognition. Buenos días. Es un placer reconocer a todos nuestros graduados que hoy llevan con orgullo un cordón de color verde azul. Estos estudiantes excepcionales reciben un reconocimiento por sus notables habilidades multilingües en español. Han obtenido el sello de distinción multilingüe del Distrito Escolar de Ventura en sus diplomas. Estudiantes, por favor, pónganse de pie y quédense de pie cuando diga sus nombres para que podamos reconocerlos con este distinguido honor. Students, remember to stand and stay standing. Stephanie Álvarez. Brittany Arroyo Cervantes. Joana Bernal. Joaquín Cabrera. Brianna Castañeda. Alondra Contreras. Karina Cortés. Laurelyn González. Alexa Guzmán. Alejandra Hernández. Sammy Herrera. Josué Jiménez. Miguel Lazo. Jasmine López. Katie Estrella Mancías. Miguel Martínez García. Jocelyn Medina. Edwin Mercado. Nelton Muñoz. Mundo. Alessandro Padilla. Montserrat Elizabeth Panchi. Luciana Pierre. Luz Quiñones. Kevin Rivera. Yvette Salgado López. Natalia Solís. Diego Vences Soriano. Y Laura Muñoz. You guys should be very proud. Congratulations again to our graduates for this distinguished honor. We are so very proud of you. You did it. Felicidades nuevamente a nuestros graduados por este distinguido honor. Estamos muy orgullosos de ustedes. You may be seated. Y sigan hablando español. Que viva nuestra cultura. Now I'd like to invite Ms. Boer with our student speakers up.
Good morning, class of 2025. You are an amazing looking bunch of students. Well done. Can I have our speakers come and line up? Adam, Ali, Jasmine, and Montse. Come on over here to this side. Yeah, give them a hand. This takes a lot of courage to get up in front of students, let alone all of their families. So our first speaker today is Adam Robledo. You got this, you got this. You got it. Come on, come on. Nice and fast, nice and slow. Nice and slow.
So,
And I'll hold that for you. Start with good morning.
good morning, and thank you, students, families, friends, and faculty for coming to share in Pacific High School's Class of 2025 graduation. My name is Adam Robledo, and I'm here to tell you about my high school experiences. In 9th grade, we lived in Los Angeles. I went to a high school there. I failed almost all my classes, and then moved back to Ventura to attend Buena High School. It was my first year back in Ventura, and I was now a sophomore. I chose to mess around basically the whole year, and because of that, I failed almost all my classes yet again, and was finally told that if I didn't go to Pacific, I wasn't going to graduate from high school. I remember not wanting to come here. My aunt didn't want me to come here either, but it was decided that starting my 11th grade year, I would be attending Pacific. I remember my first day, I was not happy because I had no friends here because they were all at Buena. I got Miss Sellers as my homeroom teacher, and she was so full of joy and excitement from the moment I walked into that door. For the first 3 days, all students stay with their homeroom teachers. Getting to stay with Miss Sellers for homeroom those 3 days before going to my other classes gave me the chance to get to know her and learn what an amazing teacher she is. I also made a few friends that were seniors in that class. After the first 3 days, you get to go to your other classes. I really enjoyed my other classes, and I started earning back all my credits within the first few months of being there. I remember telling my aunt about it, and she was so proud of me for doing so well, and I thought everything was going to work out. Then, on the 27th of October, my mom came home and took me to her room and told me that my aunt had passed away. I couldn't believe what I just heard. My aunt was not only my biggest supporter, but also my best friend. She would take care of me when I was younger and treated me like I was her son. I remember standing in front of my mom, praying this was all a nightmare. But, sadly, it was not. My aunt had really passed away, and she was gone. I remember not going to school for a whole week because I could not leave my room. When I returned to school, my friend Kai suggested that I talk to Miss De La Cruz, the counselor who was in charge of the Wellness Center at Pacific that year. Talking with her about how I felt, it helped me through my aunt's passing so much that without her support, I don't know where I'd be right now. I remember the day of my aunt's funeral, walking down the aisle as one of my aunt's pallbearers, seeing everybody's faces in the rows in the church. I remember seeing my sister's faces and hurting so much more because they were all crying. I remember feeling useless because I could not help them. I couldn't even help myself yet. Returning back to school after the funeral was even more rough because I had just carried my aunt down the aisle and I still felt useless because for a few months after her passing, I couldn't help anyone in my family with their emotions the way I wanted to. So I just shut down. Finally, I had enough of not being able to help anyone, and I reached out to Miss De La Cruz again and even Miss Sellers for help and got a therapist who helped me to deal with the grief. Over the next month or two, I started being able to wake up in the morning not feeling so down and depressed for the day ahead. Being at a small school like Pacific where the staff cares for all the students was exactly what I needed to get out of my depressing state. At Pacific, they don't let you go unnoticed. They will care for you no matter what. I was making slow progress and made a new friend. Her name is Nina. At the beginning of our friendship, we talked at school and go on walks outside of school. I knew from the moment she walked in Miss Eller's homeroom that I didn't just want to be her friend. I wanted a relationship with her. For the next few months, we started hanging out more and planned to go to prom together. Then on April 1st of 2024, my uncle passed away. So once again, I was a pallbearer at my uncle's funeral this time and had to deal with the grief again. But this time I had my support group at school of friends, teachers, and counselors. I was able to handle this loss better than before. That's the thing about Pacific. Once you have your support group, whoever they are, they won't let you down. The next month was prom, and we went. I knew from the moment I saw her in that beautiful black dress, I was going to ask her to be my girlfriend. Prom was also fun. I got to go with Nina and some of my friends, and we made some great memories. A week after prom, on one of our walks, right before she went home, I asked Nina to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. Fast forward to senior year, I started with my girlfriend Nina, great relationships with all the teachers, and was caught up with all my credits. I got to go on an amazing school trip to New York with some of my friends, and for the first time in a long time, I see a future where I am happy. It includes college and all the friendships I have made along the way. I am excited to see what the future holds for each and every one of us. To our families, friends, and school staff, thank you for the support and encouragement. We couldn't have done without you. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Next up, we have Ali Contreras.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ali Contreras, and I am truly excited to be up here today speaking on behalf of the graduating class of 2025 as we wrap up this unforgettable, life-changing chapter of our lives. But standing here, I can't help but reflect on the journey that brought me to this day, a journey that hasn't always been easy. 5 years ago, I lost my dad to a sudden heart attack. Witnessing that firsthand took a huge toll on my mental health, and my grades began to fall. Just 2 months later, I started high school. I was beyond nervous, stepping into a new place with new faces and new crowds, without the support of my best friend, my dad. Coming out of COVID, I wasn't just struggling with depression and PTSD. I was battling anxiety, just like many other students at the time. I was afraid to talk to teachers, classmates, really anyone I didn't know. I was afraid to ask for help. Those struggles piled up, and for the next 2 years, I failed all my classes and lost all my friends, all because I was too scared to reach out. I felt hopeless and disappointed in myself because I believed I wasn't making my mom proud. I wasn't making my dad proud. Eventually, I hit a breaking point. I couldn't handle the pressure of being at school anymore. I started missing almost every day, ditching classes. When I was first recommended to Pacific, I won't lie, I was very nervous and intimidated. I was afraid to meet new people. I was afraid I'd be shut out by staff like I had been at my old school. And I was afraid I wouldn't change for the better. But I was wrong. Starting at Pacific was one of, if not the best decisions I've ever made, not just for academic improvement, but for my mental well-being. For the first time in my life, I felt included. I didn't feel alone or unsupported. I wasn't ashamed to ask for help anymore. I wasn't scared to talk to new people or to staff. During my junior year, I decided I wanted my senior year to be unforgettable, and that's exactly what I made it. As a senior, I became a wellness peer, a student board member, and a site council member, and an advocate for mental health in the Wellness Center. I was able to overcome my fears and anxiety and stand up for my values. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without the staff and students at Pacific. Whenever I needed help with an assignment, I could turn to any teacher or admin, and they were there. Not just for me, but for so many students here. In my entire academic life, I have never felt more comfortable or supported at a school. This school helped me set goals for my future and helped me achieve them. I'm excited to move forward because of that. Maybe to others, it looks like I've taken the easy road, but that road has carried me this far. My work as a wellness peer has deepened my interest in psychology. The experiences that I have gone through have sparked my passion for the study of the mind, and the support I've received from my peers and the staff has helped me stay committed to this path. After high school, I will attend community college for 2 years to complete my general education, and then I plan to transfer to UCLA and medical school to pursue a medical degree in psychiatry. If you had told freshman year me that I'd be on the path to a medical degree 4 years later, I would have never believed you. I graduate today with the deepest gratitude to my teachers, the staff, and my friends. If it weren't for everyone I've met here, I wouldn't be where I am now. Both the good and the bad have helped me grow, mature, and develop mentally over these last few years. This experience has taught me problem solving, life skills, and open-mindedness that will guide me for the rest of my life. Always remember, asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. Again, I thank everyone who supported me, guided me, helped me, and taught me when I was at my lowest, lifting me to where I am today. Thank you, class of 2025. Congratulations to you all.
Our third speaker is Jasmine Lopez.
Good morning, academic staff, friends, familia, and class of 2025. My name is Jasmine Lopez, and it is an honor to be here today giving this speech. As the daughter of immigrant parents, I'll be incorporating Spanish into my speech. I began my high school journey in the fall of 2021. I was still grieving the loss of my grandma from the year before. She was not the only one who pushed me, but my whole family to do better. When we lost her, I lost all my motivation to want to do anything, whether it was school-related or personal. I drifted through my freshman year and into my sophomore year, getting further and further behind in credits. 2 months prior to summer school before my junior year, I took a close look at where I was in meeting my graduation requirements. I couldn't believe when I saw I only had 50 credits instead of the 120 credits I should have. It was clear that I had spent the past 2 years grieving my grandma's passing, but now it was time to do better. That started my interest in wanting to transfer schools. My older brother had just graduated from Pacific High School, and I knew from his experience that the smaller environment was something I wanted and needed. On my first day of summer school at Pacific, I was checking my classes, and this teacher came up next to me and said, "Hi, Jasmine, I'm Ms. Elliott." I thought it was weird that a teacher would have known the name of a brand new student from another school. That was just the beginning of my road to healing. The feeling of being welcome, seen, and heard is what I felt during my entire time at Pacific. When it comes to teachers and counselors, you guys know that they're all up in our business, but it's because they truly care about each and every one of us. As I look into the crowd, I see the faces of people that helped me become the person I am today. Even though some of us have may grown apart, the memories that we hold are unforgettable. We will all carry a piece of each other into our future lives that will define who we are and who we are meant to be. As young adults in 2025, we constantly face pressure from social media and peers to be someone we're not. We try to live up to other people's standards, forget our worth, and feel alone. Every graduate in this stadium is worth so much more than what we've been told in the past. Our past experiences do not define our future. To my parents, Quiero agradecerle a mis padres por toda la ayuda y el apoyo que me han brindado a lo largo de mi vida. Aprecio cómo me crearon para ser la mejor persona posible. No solo me disciplinaron con sus consejos, sino también lo que nunca puede faltar, la chancla. Mami y papi, les aseguro que seguiré una carrera que los hará sentir orgullosos de mí y que reflejará las enseñanzas, lecciones y consejos que me han dado. Los quiero mucho. Y a nuestras familias que están presentes, a las que nos acompañan a la distancia y a las que desde el cielo nunca nos dejan. Gracias por todos sus sacrificios y apoyo incondicional. Este diploma no solo nos pertenece a los que nos estamos graduando, sino a cada uno de ustedes que nos han ayudado a cumplir nuestros sueños. Si nos ven volar, recuerden que ustedes nos dieron las alas. Congratulations, class of 2025. There is so much growth that awaits for us in our future. Our journey is just beginning. Thank you.
And our final speaker for today, for the class of 2025, is Montserrat Punchy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Montserrat Elizabeth Punchy, and it's an honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the graduation of the class of 2025. I want to start off by thanking all my family for having faith in me when no one else did, especially my mother. She did everything she could to give me and my brother a better life. When I first came to Pacific during my junior year, I was just an angry kid, causing trouble. I never paid any attention in my class at my former high schools. I never wanted to be at Pacific. I kept to myself, wishing the days would just be over. I made it difficult for my teachers. I thought to myself, here we go again, same old lesson. I won't even bother to learn. It's not like I'm gonna turn in the homework anyways. I missed one assignment, and I see my teacher at my desk, ready to help me. I don't normally see teachers care enough even to notice I didn't turn in one assignment, let alone this teacher came to my desk. I went to my next class, and it was the same. Another teacher, willing to teach, caring about our education. My second day, I saw the amount of work all these teachers put in to make sure we all pass our classes and graduate. I changed my mind. I wanted to stay here. I wanted to stay at Pacific High School. I wanted to learn, and every single teacher made that happen. I was never the one to ask for help or raise my hand, but every day and every period, my teachers made sure every student answered the question and made sure we all had at least one answer, even if it was, I don't know. Without even realizing it, they slowly brought me out of my comfort zone. Coming to Pacific High School was one of the best decisions of my life. I don't regret it at all, and I'm so glad I stayed. I got to experience an amazing aquaponics program at school and listen to motivational speakers mentor us after class during learning the ropes. This change in me from an angry junior to a now confident graduate attending Ventura College could have never been possible without the help of so many incredible teachers and staff. To Henrietta, thank you for sticking with me since day one, encouraging me to become a wellness peer, even when I had doubts. You brought me out of my comfort zone, enough to make me believe in myself. To Ms. Dela Cruz and Ms. Garcia, I thank you both for the amount of patience and guidance you have both given me. Your encouragement has helped me to get to where I am today. To Ms. Carmona, I thank you for being an amazing wellness counselor. You have been a great mentor. You taught me that self-care is not a waste of time, but a tool. It reminded me it's okay to have bad days. You're always a supportive hand through the challenges of mental health. To Mr. Zermino and Mr. Barnett, I have to thank you two the most. I know I was a very difficult student, but Mr. Zermino somehow made an econ class one of my favorite subjects. And Mr. Barnett has been my homeroom teacher for 2 years, and every day he managed to turn my attitude into a smile. To Ms. Bento, the wonderful woman you are, thank you for not giving up on me, but not just me. Every student at Pacific. You made sure we all had an opportunity to graduate. Thank you for always being a person who provides emotional support and a sense of security when I was at my lowest, no matter what. To Mr. DeClerc and Ms. DePaulo, I am so grateful to have been a student in your classrooms. You both have shown me how important challenges are and how they drive personal growth. You made me feel it was okay to make mistakes, not to be scared to ask questions, and to always share my thoughts. Anytime I raised my hand, you both never told me my answer was wrong, but instead you asked me to explain my view. Not once did you put me down. You both have a huge impact on my life, but not just mine. You both have incredible ways of impacting each student at Pacific. Pacific is truly not like any other high school. These teachers have gone above and beyond. I genuinely cannot thank each of you enough. Pacific High School has a gift for turning a simple school into a second home and a classroom into a family. I would like to dedicate this last part of my speech to a great-grandma, Antonia, and my grandma Marisela. For every blessing I have is thanks to both of my grandmother's sacrifices. Yo quiero decir gracias por todo que hiciste para mí. Te quiero mucho, grandma. And to my fellow classmates, I challenge each of you to take what we've learned and to make a difference in the world. We made it this far. Now let's see how far we can go. The world is full of challenges, but it's also full of opportunities. No matter where life takes you, chase the life you've always imagined. Don't settle for average. The future isn't something we wait for, it's something we can create. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Adam, Allie, Jasmine, and Monse, thank you so much for sharing your stories. Can we get one more round of applause for our students? All right. Graduates, I want you to know that today is a moment that you have earned, not just by finishing your coursework or passing tests, but through your relentless commitment to yourselves and to your future. As your principal, I want you to know how proud I am of not just what you've accomplished, but who you've become. Sharks, you've made it here not because your journey was easy, but because you refused to give up. You didn't give up on yourselves, and you didn't give up on your families. You pushed forward through struggle, through doubt, through detours and disappointments, and that's not just resilience, that's strength. And it's the kind of strength that will carry you far in life. At Pacific, we talk about the 5 R's: relationships, routines, responsibility, respect, and results. And these weren't just slogans on a poster. They were values we lived together day by day. You've practiced these principles whether you realize it or not. And when you show up, even on the hard days, when you repaired harm instead of walking away, when you treated your classmates and teachers with dignity, and when you chose to move forward even when the path wasn't clear, you showed resilience through it all. And let's be honest, continuation high school isn't the traditional path, but that's exactly why your story matters. The world needs people like you who know how to face challenges head on and still rise. You are those people. You've proven that it's not where you start that defines you, it's where you're willing to go and how hard you're willing to work to get there. So where do you go from here? And the answer is anywhere. Whether your next step is college, a trade, the military, or something entirely your own, go after it. Chase your dreams with determination. Never sell yourself short. None of you are small, and none of you are stuck. You are all ready to go. And yes, your future will bring change, and sometimes change will be exciting, sometimes uncomfortable, and sometimes painful. But remember this, the only constant in life is change. So don't fear it, embrace it, and think of change like a door. You don't wait for someone to open it for you. You grab the handle yourself and walk through it with courage and curiosity. All of you, I hope you know your future is unwritten. Don't move forward with any sort of preconceived notions. You all have the chance to do something great and something big and something important. You can change your neighborhood, you can change the course of your family's story, you can even change the world if that's your choice. And I hope you all do. And to the families here today, thank you. Thank you for trusting Pacific with your children. Your belief in them helped bring them to this day. And to our teachers and staff, your care, dedication, and belief in these students made all the difference. You've helped them believe in themselves and guided them to the success they all deserve. So to the class of 2025, thank you for your memories, the laughter, the growth, and your grit. Thank you for showing us all what is possible. You will always be part of this community, and as we say around here, once a shark, always a shark. So go make your mark, go change the world, and congratulations, class of 2025, you did it. So Superintendent Castro, President Peterson, and the Board of Education, on behalf of the staff and as principal of Pacific High School, I certify that these students have successfully completed all graduation requirements of the state of California and the Ventura Unified School District. Superintendent Castro, I am proud to certify the Pacific High School class of 2025.
Good morning, trustees, esteemed staff, proud families, honored guests, and most importantly, our Pacific High School seniors. Today, you stand on a threshold with one foot grounded on the expected and the other hovering toward partial unknowns. And as we've heard from some of your classmates already, that uncertainty isn't always invited, sometimes it's inherited. And we only hope that we can rise to those challenges in the way that you have done so in such a dignified manner. And while it may be tempting to meet the uncertainty that we have yet to challenge us with hesitation, I would like to extend an alternative to this year's graduating class. Uncertainty, after all, is not just absence. It's where purpose, identity, and relationships can be redefined and reshaped. As your steps carry you over this threshold and away from the stage, you will find that that space created by uncertainty can be rich, even if it is challenging. It allows you to choose and to change. It gives you the chance to decide who you want to be, not just what you want to do and who you want to be with. Of course, at times this does not feel like a gift to our conscious selves because so often we are liberated by predictability and we also seek it. But I ask you to consider letting the unknown be your invitation as to rise rather than retreat. Often the most vibrant lives are those cultivated by those who remain open to and seek answers to the most challenging questions. Your willingness to grow through doubt, as we've seen this year, is one of the greatest acts of strength and creativity that you have offered. Because in the end, it is people like you who extend our community as willing to meet the ambiguity with optimism, patience, and dedication to those around you. We're proud of you. We wish you lives filled with purpose and love, and congratulations, class of 2025. And with that, I acknowledge Principal Gibbs' certification that these seniors have successfully completed all graduation requirements of the state of California and the Ventura Unified School District. And therefore, it is with great pride that I present the graduating class of 2025 to the Board of Education President Peterson for acceptance.
Well, I don't mean to be all up in your business, but those are some great student speeches. On behalf of the Board of Education, and by virtue of the certification made by your principal that you have completed all graduation requirements of the state of California and the Ventura Unified School District, I hereby confirm that the graduation this 4th day of June 2025 for Pacific High School, Principal Gibbs, I now turn it over to you, the team, to begin the handing out of the diplomas.
All right, Ms. De La Cruz and Ms. Garcia, you join us up at the stage.
All right, you guys ready? This is what you guys waited for. Let's do this. Montserrat Elizabeth Panchi. Raymond Quintana. Victor Sanchez. Moisés Acosta. Reyes Calo Lucero. Darla De Villetti. Andrea Fuentes. Brooke Hoyt. Josué Jiménez.
Riley Rogers.
Stephanie Alvarez.
Lluvia Garcia Gallardo.
Luz Quiñones.
Martín Santillán.
Jasmine Lopez.
Miles Milton.
Alexa Guzmán.
Jason Quiroz.
Joaquín Cabrera.
Bailey Steen.
Anthony Sotelo.
Patty Olson.
Noel Tamayo.
Kyla Portillo.
Josué Chacón.
Daisy Montezuma.
Carlos Solís Ahumada.
Joshua Miller.
Adrian Ibarra.
Mason Carter.
Brittany Arroyo Cervantes.
Daniel Pluma.
Armin López.
Alexandra Hernandez.
Joana Bernal.
Jocelyn Medina.
Irán López Torres.
Adrian Hinojosa.
Darwin Arias.
Christopher Williams.
Iván Bernabé.
Allure Tashler.
Angel Rocha Sánchez.
Nicholas Jimenez.
Ángel Martínez.
Nate Valencia.
Edwin Mercado.
Miguel García.
Francisco Romero.
Noah Hosketter.
Linda Hurtado.
Haley Anaí Piceno.
Laura Muñoz García.
Aiden Gutiérrez Díaz.
Natalia Solís.
Luciana Marie Pierre.
Grace Medina.
Haley Smith.
Alexa Espinoza.
Katie Estrella Mancías.
Yvette Salgado López.
Evie Pettit.
Ozzy de la Cruz.
Angelique Polanco.
Sammy Herrera.
Nina Micho Anguiano.
Laurelyn González.
Adrian Adam Robledo Jr.
Karina Cortés.
Christopher Navarro.
Brianna Castañeda.
Kevin Rivera.
Ricardo Sendejas. Miguel Lazo. Melissa Duran. Gavin Blackler. Asher Cole. Gavin Newby. Eduardo Aguirre. Diego Vences Soriano. Alessandro Padilla. Athena Aceves. Nelton Mundo. Jolisa Michelle Macías. Kendra Corral. And Alondra Contreras.
President Peterson, would you like to join us for turning of the tassels? All right.
Seniors, please rise for the turning of the tassels. The tassels should be on your right side for right now. In a moment, I will ask you to move your tassel to the left side of your cap to signify the end of your studies here with the Ventura Unified School District and confer upon you the title of graduate with the class of 2025. Seniors, at this time, please move your tassels from right to left. You are now official graduates. Congratulations, class of 2025.
This formally concludes our Pacific High School Class of 2025 ceremony. Thank you all for coming to celebrate with us. Graduates, please proceed out the same way that you entered. You will meet your family in the parking lot after you pick up your diplomas. Thank you again, everyone. Congrats, 2025.